just change that old way of thinking. Like, you don't need a protein at every meal if you're eating enough food that's whole and from the garden, or from the ocean even, like not the animals again, just eating the plants. Then you will be raising to a higher level. Mentally, you'll just float away from certain things that you used to do that maybe you never thought you could get over. Maybe you never thought you could do that. And here you are, eating Brussels sprouts for breakfast, or, like loving Brussels sprouts, like going back for seconds, like getting better in every way. And it is just all about that daily balance, showing up and going up. Like, that's going to be your focus too. I think maybe coming in at the end of this week. Okay. It's all about the actions. I mean, it is the mind, it is the emotions, it is the balance. Okay. That's all I can really say. And a lot of it is also like allowing yourself, this is where the meditation and everything comes in too. Like, you need to allow yourself that time to hear your intuition. Ask yourself, when you get a craving for something that you don't want to really eat, trying not to see it, what do I do? What you do is ask yourself, like, does my body like really want this? Does my soul really want this right now? Like, do I really want to eat this right now? Does my brain want me to really eat this right now? Like, sometimes we eat the food after and we're like, oh my God, I feel like shit. Why did I eat this? But yeah, why do we keep doing it? Because the gratification, the parts of our brain are a little bit out of whack, it happens. But balancing your everyday, balancing your sleep, balancing your emotions, your stress level, reducing your stress, a lot of relaxation, a lot of balance. Again, even these big, long races that people do, they can really throw you out of balance. They can really harm your actual true health, even though you're really performing a great feat and, showing off how good your health is. That doesn't mean that like long ass Ironman type of shit, triathlons, like that they're good for you, kind of common knowledge. But anyway, let's get a couple more just to clarify a little bit further for the going into like the weekend. I think it's going to be a really good opportunity for you to, again, like I said, is to go beyond, because this is for health for you. Again, I just keep saying, like, it's holistic. Like, if you want, like, I'm going to put this card away because we've been talking about health. This whole thing's about health, but everything is about health for you. Like your relationships, if you have a love interest, you want to heal yourself, of this disease or whatever it is. Like, of course it's about being healthy, but the key here is to go further, is to go higher. The meditation and the contemplation, like, this is what I'm talking about. Keep it moving upstairs. And that way, like the little fish swimming around, like they're not sitting still, they're not sleeping, they're moving around, they're contemplating these new ideas and they're wrestling with things, and that helps you progress. Like, if you are constantly on the TV and not only is that obviously usually really bad for you, because most people just sit while they watch it, which I will do occasionally, but a lot of times I just have to go sort of thing for a lot of the day. It's just being busy mom and all. But it is like the busiest of us all need meditation the most. Like they say, if you're too busy to meditate, then you need it the most. Like, go and do the meditation. The meditation helps us in so many ways. Like, it literally helps with cravings. It literally helps with, multiple, like I was talking about, your hormones everything has to be in balance and be connected. And a lot of that has to do with our emotions. I've seen many, many people, if your mind is right, if your surroundings, if you're, like your friends and your family, the people who are surrounding you on a daily basis, if they're doing the wrong thing, then you're going to be in the wrong headspace and the wrong atmosphere. It's going to affect you. You know what I mean? So that's why you go off by yourself, get yourself some meditation time, especially at the end of this tough cycle that we've been having astrologically, whether it's been mental, spiritual, physical, everybody's feeling it in different ways, of course, because it's like in different parts of all of our charts, you know what I mean? And we just have to keep those emotions balanced. Like the thoughts, again, the thoughts create the emotions, which kind of create your vibe every single day. And it's a constant choice. It's the power of the now. This is the power of the now. Your emotions, right? Like, you can choose. This is the thing. We don't think we can choose our emotions. That's the thing about doing the inner child work. When you go in, you can choose to have a different feeling about it, to not form some certain conclusion that you formed that was erroneous. It doesn't even have to be taught. If it is somebody teaching you an erroneous belief inadvertently or overtly, then you can change that as well. You don't have to buy into it. You don't have to subconsciously believe in it. This is what we mean by being conscious. If you're truly woke, you will have done this work. Being conscious is not about being supposedly awake about what the government is doing or even veganism. Although it's a lot out there, you know what I mean? But that's just where it is. We have to heal ourselves. We have to heal from the inside out. We have to heal the inside and then heal out. So above as below, dualities of life, being balanced, stick to the intuition. You know what you're doing, like on a deep level. If you are honest with yourself and you're not like being, the person who's in denial about everything and all of that sort of stuff, then you'll get somewhere. And that's where you need to stay. Especially, like I said, wrapping up the week. I think the week might be kind of busy. We might not even have time to, see our head spin. This week we are busy. We've got a lot to think about. We've got a lot to do. We're just like, woo, back to school week. I don't know. I don't know. Is it your new job? Is it all this, this tough beginnings that we've been having? What is it? It doesn't matter. Okay. Be a counselor to yourself. You can do the work. You don't need to pay a therapist. If you know what to do, then you're going to make it happen. You're going to heal yourself right now. And that's what the inner child work is about. That's why, again, as within, so within, as within, I cannot think right now. But anyway, as above, so below. It's very important. You gotta get your inner self right. All of it. Body, mind, and soul. I guess your body's not. Yeah. Anyway, body, emotions, mind, emotions, and soul. Okay. So what is going on with our devil card? Okay. I see maybe our relationships we're kind of looking at, and maybe we need to start looking a little bit closer at like how our relationships are helping our health. Like let's just be honest. And what can you do about it? Again, you don't have to go all in with every vice. You don't have to do the same things. This is a new phrase. Like we forget because it's every day. We wake up and we do this balance thing and we're just showing up. We're just taking care of the stuff that needs to be done. We're just trying to stay in balance on a daily basis. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's fun to kind of keep track of all your shit and look at this and this and that and how you're improving. And that way you can pat yourself on the back and you can feel those sprinkles of goodness, you know what I mean? And have it take you higher through the law of attraction, you know what I mean? And then you're going to start seeing these actions happening. You're going to start feeling, you're so much supported, and it's going to help your mental and your emotional. It's going to help your body. It's going to be like, whoa, what's happening to me? Okay. And it might be making us a little bit horny. And that's great. Like seriously, if you are having more fun out there and feeling more confident and, living it up a little bit more safely, of course. But if you're happy, I feel like maybe you're going to have some real days where you're feeling like $1 million. You know what I mean? But again, you have to keep on choosing. You have to keep on making that choice every day. And you have to choose your vices too. Like I said, choose your vices. Remember, you're consciously making things happen. So you have to wrap your mind. You have to run your head around it if you're ever going to do it. You have to be honest with yourself enough to know what you're actually going to follow through with and what you're actually going to do. Okay? This is huge. You have to be honest with yourself and say, you know what? I'm not going to exercise every fucking day of my life. I'm just not going to do it. People who try to do that, people who do that, whatever, that's fine for you. I'm sure it works for a certain amount of time. Real life, I don't see how the hell you do it. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I have 2 kids and I'm a single mom and I never, all of that stuff. Like maybe that's what it is. But yeah, guys, I know this was like, people think about the devil card as like kind of a bad card sometimes, but I'm not getting that at all. I'm actually getting like more the lover vibes here right now. Like he's just watching. He's like, what? Are these kids for real? Like, are they about to take their chains off? Yeah, they're about to take their chains off. Like all of them, like every last one. Maybe not, like we're always going to have things to improve on, like always, whether it's health and healing or whether it's like spiritual healing, like it's just the way that it is. Like, there's always enough erroneous things that we were taught, Again, even if you had the best childhood, you need to go and do your inner child work. You need to, it's just a form of like protecting yourself, because again, mind, body, soul, we have to be like all, you got to tie it all in. If you want to get the coins, like, you've got to have that stable footing that can only come by having your mental and your heart and everything all, which you have to go through some shit. You have to fight some battles, before you can get healed. That's just the way that it is. So don't hang on to this inner child stuff. Don't hang on to these thoughts that you formed, especially about your own self. People think they know themselves when they're kids, I know myself. Yeah, things about your personality, things the way you reacted from your environment. And also, yes, like some of it is nurture, some of it is nature. But a lot of it, as we know, hence the reason why you're still here watching this video, that's the type of shit we got to focus on and we got to deal with. We got to go, when you got the one set up, you just go right to the next one and get that one set up and keep on going. Get yourself all set up. And then you can have this like unadulterated, love and give and take and receiving and everything that you would want to have in love in life. Again, not only necessarily with another person, but just to your own self and your inner and outer self. This is like your man side and your man side and your woman side, like your yin and yang. You know what I mean? Like, this is also, there's the macrocosm and the microcosm. There's always that duality, and there's always more than one way to look at a situation. I don't even know how many ways there are, but I know there's a lot more. It's not even a couple or a few. There's like, you can flip a situation any which way and choose to see it in a different way if you want to. And that, like, you could be the healthiest person again. And if your mind ain't straight, your emotions ain't straight, same thing with you won't be intelligent. You're not going to be healthy either, because stress is like the number one thing. Okay. So when we're getting our money, when we're having all this stuff happen, we have to think about like, what would our life look like if we had it all? Like, and what is keeping us from that? You know what I mean? What is keeping us from that? Again, if you want to have a great body, well, and you think you're going to sit on the couch all day, well, you're not being honest with yourself. And you're not ever going to get to the point where you can see clearly enough to actually go with, to have enough wherewithal on a daily basis to follow through and get what you want. So take off the blinders off of your own self and, take responsibility, basically. Do the work I'm telling you, and you can make huge changes. The balance, the daily focus will get you everything and more. Like, this is even more than you imagined. Like, you wanted the body, and you were so obsessed with the body or whatever. And now, wow, it's the body and how great I feel. Wow, it's how great this food tastes now. Wow, it's, this other health and this other health benefit and this other health benefit and this other health benefit that pops up. And wow, now I'm helping others, and, my conscious and my spirit is all like, everything's all getting better and better from just like, I thought I was just improving my health. I thought I was just working on my little shell of a body. Nope, you are actually working on your whole entire self, and it's actually going to be completely life-changing. And not only is it going to change your life in all these beautiful, wonderful ways once you get healthier, once you start feeling it, once you get in that flow and make it happen. By the way, twisting is like the best. It's like a really good exercise to do anywhere, even if you're in a wheelchair, and it's a really good workout if you do it for any length of time whatsoever, whether you're doing it while you're jumping around, dancing, jumping on a rebounder, or just like literally standing still, not even leaving the ground, spinning. A lot of times it's fun to put some socks on and do it on a hardwood floor, or, however creative you want to be. Obviously anything like that is just going to be really good for you and get your cardio up, and it's also going to kind of whittle the waist a little bit. So anyway, what we got here, Queen of Pentacles, a lot of pentacles. This might, being healthy might be a good move for you, financially. It could be so many different ways. Like, maybe you're going to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you're going to start an Instagram and get money, get sponsored. Maybe you're going to just save money from, eating a plant-based diet, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's going to be helpful to you again in just so many ways. Like, all of this is just and not just a confirmation of this card, but this goes on to tell us that it's going to make your confidence so great, because again, that's a huge feat. It goes so far socially, it goes so far like every aspect of your whole entire life, every single aspect, it will help you. So you will be so confident. People, because you'll have so much respect for yourself, people will respect you. You're going to be grounded. It's almost like you're going to have superpowers. You know what I mean? And that's kind of a way that I've always kind of looked at, health in a way is like, we have this divine right. It's like it's just divine. And this reading it's been about health, but it's been a lot about this whole extra idea of meditation, and going beyond, going higher, going deeper to the inner child, doing the spiritual side of the work. And getting the results. You feel great. You look great. All eyes are on you. You're coming in hot. You are enjoying all of the blessings. I always just see these rays and I'm just like, all the blessings for you and you and you and you and you. Yeah. Celebrate, party, like feeling it. End of summer, August. This is great. This is like August energy right now. This might have to do with the full moon that is coming up on the 15th. Believe in the impossible, guys, for this full moon. It's not a blue moon, but this card is a blue moon card. And it's saying that, this, what was I saying? This full moon, I believe on August 15th is going to feel good because we are going to make progress. We are feeling it. Feeling yourself, girl. Okay. Because your mind's been right, you're showing up, you're balanced, you're not drinking too much anymore. You maybe have a little sippy here and there, whatever. You know yourself enough. You are strong enough, capable enough to limit yourself in ways, again, realistic ways, where you can follow through. You can follow through. Sometimes it's not about these big crazy changes, especially as we get older. Have you ever heard, somebody say, oh, well, my doctor told me that if I stop smoking, then I'm gonna just keel over and die, and at some level, it's like your body does get used to a certain thing. And if you try to change way too many things, and a lot of times people will try to like totally, throw everything out, revamp everything, do this, spend so much money, spend so much time, and then you're stuck with a blank slate and you are like, it's like those memes about veganism, like, I stuck an acorn in the toaster, I didn't know what I was doing. Veganism, now, this is when I was a beginner, we make it like overcomplicated. But moving on, I think that it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good week. I think we're going to make a lot of progress. I think we're going to have a little bit of fun. I think we're going to feel really confident and feel really good and start to reap some of the rewards of feeling. And like I said, every little, good feeling, every little thought, every little celebration that you have, celebrate and figure out, it'll help you decide ways to celebrate that are not necessarily eating, unhealthy foods. Like, why? Who brainwashed us to believe that is our only way to be healthy, is to like do all the worst things, barbecue beer, get really drunk. Like, who is brainwashing us, to do all these things? We are, we're starting to get to a point where we can be proud of our work. And if you're not to that point, hold that energy. Okay. Hold that energy of fuck yeah, I'm proud this week. You don't even have to, if you can almost like if let's say you keep on having this goal, you're trying to do this meditation, you're trying to believe in the impossible, you're trying to put it out there, you're trying to do the law of attraction, trying to think about it and feel it and see it and all this stuff. You got to get the emotional side, but you also have to really just like, if you like, let's say that's too much for you. If that's too much for you and you have doubts creep in and you say, oh, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. They told me to go big. This was my mantra. This was my goal, but you feel like you're never going to get there because you can't even get past 20 or something like that. Well, if that's the case, you know what I mean? Then just don't even focus, like break it down. break it down, do something real small, just do something real close, you know, because then you get to celebrate more. If you make it closer, like, why not celebrate more? Like, celebrate more. But again, make it your reward or your treat or something, you know, make it be something that is maybe a monetary treat or a different type of a treat you can only get location wise, or, you know, another thing. It doesn't just have to be that it's bad for you. It could be a treat for other reasons. So definitely look into that. Okay. So just keep on focusing on what you need to focus on. Don't focus on the spilled cups. Don't focus on the past. Don't focus on all the 20 million times you feel like before that you know, went and did, and you just never have done it to this point. You've never done it. So who, you know, in the back of your mind, you're like, well, why, you know, I can't get there. Like I said, just make that be your next milestone, your next goal as something real soon, and just see that and see yourself celebrating that little milestone. And see, you know, at the end of the week, you're making that post, you're, you know, you're wearing that thing, you're doing whatever. But if you don't get there, like, just keep going for it. Just don't give up. Or maybe, you know, if you keep on going for the same goal, like, yeah, maybe you need a different goal that is like a little bit deeper. Sometimes, like I said, in the beginning of the reading, we were talking about, oh, well, this and this and that. Like, maybe it needs to be about your health. Maybe it needs to be about the way you feel. Maybe it needs to be about you living to see your grandkids. Or maybe it needs to be about, maybe it needs to be not about that. Maybe it needs to be a little bit more, you know, super, like, just different ways of seeing it. And like I said, holistic, you know, it's all about that holistic. So go deeper, and you'll get where you want to go faster. You know, stand tall again with the results that you've gotten, that you're looking forward to, that you know that are coming to you. Okay? Make a stand for what you believe in. Again, don't just go for all the free food just because it's free, y'all. Okay? Don't break your diet just because you got free food. And if you know that, oh, well, I'm hungry, and if I try to take it home to my kids, then I'm going to eat it, then no, just don't even get it. Just give yourself permission to not even feed into this whole unhealthy food celebration lifestyle. Like, figure out a different, like, there's healthy foods that we can still associate with celebrating. Like, there really are. And if people are making you feel like, oh, you're a health nut and you're like secluded in your life because of this, then just know that a lot of us here, you know, in the internet world and the vegan world and all of this stuff are very used to that, and we like get that. But there's also more and more people who are, you know, you're able to connect with on the internet, and also more and more people every day who are doing like a vegan or a plant-based or a, you know, whole food plant-based type of a lifestyle that is just, you'll be able to reach out and get some support, you know, in some way, shape, or form. Because when we have people in our lives who are on the same goals, the same wavelengths, we see them doing the same thing, you can have a little bit of maybe friendly competition. You can get through the bad times, you know, with them by talking to them or leaning on them, or, you know, whatever, or, you know, just knowing that they're there and they're trying to go through the same thing that you are. Like, whatever support that you need, you can really find it if you look. I mean, this, again, social media can be really great for that if you truly don't have like means or ways. Like, I have people in my area, it's just that I don't have time and stuff to like talk to, like, to go out a lot and like see people and like money to spend at like the bars and like buying this vegan food all the time. So I can't like do that, but I can have, you know, a lot of more relationships on social media and, you know, stay active, you know, in that sense as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I couldn't help it. One last card before I let you guys go. Remain vigilant about the current situation. Pay attention to signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. Love it. So that's another thing, like, one of the greatest mantras like in the world is like, I'm being supportive. I am supported. Like, the universe supports me, however you want to say it, but it's just, the universe supports you in your efforts to get healthy and just to get better and better as a person in general. Okay. So cheers to that. Take care. Don't forget to eat your fruit, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.